The sentence is the basic unit of language that expresses a complete thought. It must contain two essential parts, the subject and the predicate. In this basic English grammar lesson, I will tell you step by step how to identify the two essential parts of the sentence and the roles of different parts of speech in sentence construction. At the end, I will give you 5 questions to test your understanding of this lesson. Hi, I'm Paula. Thank you for joining class today. Please subscribe to my channel as I bring you insightful English grammar lessons to improve your knowledge of English. Number 1. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. Sally sings. Even though this sentence has only 2 words, it is a complete sentence. It expresses a complete thought. To express a complete thought, every sentence must include 2 essential parts. A. Someone or something to talk about, and B. Something to say about that person or thing. Sally sings. Sally is someone we're talking about, and sings is what we are saying about Sally. So the person or thing that we are talking about is called the subject of the sentence. Sally sings. Sally is the subject of the sentence. She is the person we're talking about. The subject of the sentence is the doer of the action. Sally is the doer of the action. The action Sally is performing is to sing. The predicate or verb of the sentence tells us what the subject does. Sally sings. The predicate of the sentence is sings. That is the action of the subject, Sally. Number 6. In the sentence, Sally sings, the subject, Sally, answers the question, who? And the predicate sings answers the question, does what? So, who is Sally and what does Sally do? Sally sings. Number 7. We may add words to describe or modify the subject of the sentence. These words are called adjectives. Charming, elegant Sally sings. The descriptive words charming and elegant describe Sally, who is still the subject of the sentence. The descriptive words do not change the subject. The subject is still Sally. Number 8. We may add words to describe or modify the predicate of the sentence. These words are called adverbs. Charming, elegant Sally sings gracefully. The descriptive word gracefully is used to describe how Sally sings. It does not change the subject nor the predicate of the sentence. The subject remains Sally and the predicate remains sings. Whenever you want to find the subject and the predicate of a sentence, simply ask these 2 questions. A. Who or what is the doer of the action? That's the subject. And B. What does the subject do? That's the predicate. Disregard all other words that describe the subject and the predicate. The dedicated teacher works thoroughly and creatively. To find the subject, we ask who. That's teacher. And what does the teacher do? The teacher works. That's the predicate. We disregard dedicated, thoroughly, and creatively. In some sentences, the predicate may be more than one word. The one that comes before the main verb is called the auxiliary or helping verb. Let's look at this sentence. After the training session, the teachers will meet in the canteen for a coffee break. Who? The teachers. That's a subject. Do what? Will meet. That's the predicate. Will is an auxiliary or helping verb. It comes before the main verb, meet. Auxiliary or helping verbs assist the main verb. Also, in some sentences, the subject may consist of 2 or more items. This is called a compound subject. In grammar, compound is used to indicate that something is made up of more than one part. Eggs and cheese are popular breakfast items. We may ask what? Eggs and cheese. That's a compound subject. And do what? Are. Eggs and cheese are. Are is the predicate of the sentence. Number 12. You may notice that in our example so far, the predicate comes after the subject in the sentence. However, there are instances when the subject comes after the predicate. For example, in this sentence, the subject comes after the predicate. Efficient and modern are our new desktop computers. For the subject, we ask what? The subject is computers. And do what for the predicate? Are. All other words in the sentence may be disregarded. If our sentence had been written in the more usual subject before predicate order, would it have been easier for you to locate the subject and the predicate? If you have a problem identifying the subject and the predicate when written in the unusual order of predicate before subject, simply rearrange the sentence in the order of subject before predicate. For example, efficient and modern are our new desktop computers. We may rearrange this sentence to read, our new desktop computers are efficient and modern. That makes it easier for you to identify what? The computers, that's the subject, and do what? Are, that's the predicate. Number 14. Our sentence may be in the form of a question, thereby making it a bit difficult for you to identify the subject and the predicate. By simply rearranging the question into an affirmative statement, you can quickly locate the subject. So our sentence in the form of a question is, can you return the library book by Friday? This sentence is asking a question. To make it easier to identify the subject and the predicate, we will rearrange the sentence in an affirmative statement. You can return the library book by Friday. To find our subject, we simply ask who. Who should return the library book? You. You is a subject. And what should you do? Return the library book. So return is our predicate, but it has a helping or auxiliary verb, can. So our predicate is can return. We may disregard all other words in the sentence. Here is another sentence that you may find difficult to identify the subject and the predicate. There are two parents to see the principal. Simply rearrange the sentence to make it easier for you to identify the subject and the predicate. Two parents are there to see the principal. Who? Parents. Do what? Are. Disregard all other words. Just as we have a compound subject, the sentence may also have a compound predicate. In this case, the predicate consists of more than one action. Sales last year rose in November and fell in December. To find the subject, we ask what? The answer is sales. Sales is the subject. And to find the predicate, we ask did what? What did sales do? Sales rose and sales fell. We have two predicates that consist of two different actions, rose and fell. So this is a compound predicate. Number 17. A sentence may appear to not have a subject. In this case, we say the subject is understood. What do we mean by understood? These sentences are usually commands. They are short and to the point. The subject of the command is understood to be the person who is addressed. Can you identify a subject in this sentence? Stand still. A sentence must have a subject and a predicate. However, this sentence has only a predicate, stand, and an adverb, still. This sentence is really a command. In a command, you are addressing someone. Remember, to find the subject, we ask the question who or what. Who should stand still? You stand still. So even though you is not written in the sentence, it is understood because we must be telling someone to stand still. So the subject of this sentence is you. You understood. Please note, in all other types of sentences, the subject must be specifically stated. Only in commands can the subject be left unstated. Let us do a little quiz to see how easily you can identify the subject and predicate in these sentences. Remember to ask yourself these two questions: who or what for the subject, and does what for the predicate. Number 1. The principal and the bursar attended the meeting. Number 2. There is a simple solution to the problem of unfinished homework. Number 3. Give it to me this minute. Number 4. I certainly did enjoy the movie. Number 5. Waiting at the library were Tommy and Mark. You may pause the video and take a few minutes to write your answers. Let's go. Number 1. The principal and the bursar attended the meeting. Who? The principal and the bursar. So we have a compound subject. And for the predicate, we ask did what? Attended. So our predicate is attended. Number 2. There is a simple solution to the problem of unfinished homework. To find the subject, we ask what? What is there? Our answer is solution. Solution is the subject of our sentence. And what does solution do? Solution is. So our predicate is. We may disregard all the other words in the sentence. Number 3. Give it to me this minute. This is a command. The subject you is not stated, but it is understood. You, give it to me this minute. Our predicate is give. Number 4. I certainly did enjoy the movie. Who? I. I is the subject. And I did what? Enjoy the movie. So our predicate is enjoy. Number 5. Waiting at the library were Tommy and Mark. Who? Tommy and Mark. This is another compound subject. And we may ask for the predicate did what? They were waiting. So we have a compound predicate. The main verb is waiting and the auxiliary verb is were. To make it easier, we could have rearranged the sentence to read Tommy and Mark were waiting at the library. That's it for this lesson. Please let me know in the comments section how many you got right. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my lessons. Thank you again for joining and see you next time. Bye-bye.